What's up, everybody? It's your boy Season. So, today I just wanted to share my thoughts. I just got out of the theater from seeing Gundam Seed Freedom in the US. And so, I just wanted to kind of talk about that for a little bit here and just kind of share my thoughts raw straight out of the theater. Just to let you know, I probably will talk about spoilers in this video. So, if you do not want to be spoiled, you probably want to click off now. So you've been warned. Okay. And I'll try my best not to spoil the entire film, but I will be talking about certain things, plot points and stuff like that. So, anyways, so of course, if you've seen the 5 minute trailer that they had of the first 5 minutes of the film, it starts out exactly that way. And then it goes into pretty much the plot. The plot is you've got a couple of different factions in this one. So of course you've got the Earth Alliance, and then of course you got Zaft as one faction, and then you have Compass. Compass pretty much is that has all of our characters in it. So Kira, Shin, Luna Maria, all of the characters that we know and love from Seed and Seed Destiny are pretty much in the faction of Compass, and they pretty much go throughout the world and try to stop any kind of conflict that's going on. So in essence, it's kind of a continuation of Destiny. So if you didn't like how Kira and them were acting in Destiny, you're probably not going to like this film. But anyway, so you have this other faction in it, and I forget what they're called, but I know that it starts with an A. But pretty much they are the evolved form of the coordinators. And so they are trying to enact the Destiny plan from Chairman Durandal in Gundam Seed Destiny. And so they want to continue that plan. There's a bunch of different characters on that side too. I can't really remember their names right now, but you've got all of them. And so that pretty much is the plot of the film. And of course, we get to see the Infinite Justice, the Rising Freedom, and all of them. But to be honest, I was actually quite shocked. They did not last very long in that. They did not last very long. Both of them got their butts handed to them pretty readily in this at the beginning. I would say they made it through maybe like the first third of the film, if that. I'm not even sure it was through the first third. It might have been just the first fourth. So, and then of course you've got all the characters that you know and love from Seed and Seed Destiny. Make at least a cameo in this movie. The Desert Tiger or whatever from Gundam Seed, he's still there. He makes a cameo even though he's not really doing anything. But Mula Fraga, of course, and all of them. So all of them make their cameos. So of course, for me, it's interesting to go back and watch this film because I can definitely tell that this film was probably written in the early 2000s because it follows that formula of Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. It flows right into it, so it's not hard to grasp. Now, do you actually have to watch Seed and Seed Destiny to enjoy this film? I would say if you want to have context as far as why these characters are doing what they're doing, then I would say yes, you probably do want to watch both of them. As a standalone Gundam film, I think it's fine. You definitely can kind of get a grasp on what's going on, even though you're not going to understand the depth of why these factions are in conflict with one another. But anyways, so you've got that. Now, there's some interesting things going on in this film as far as people being mind controlled and this whole thing with Lacus getting kind of like mind controlled by this other guy on this other faction. I can't remember his name or whatever, but and Kira feeling a kind of way about that. Now, a lot of people say that one of the bad parts about Gundam Seed and Destiny is that it's more of like a teenage melodrama. And that if you don't like that, then you're not gonna like this either, because it kind of that whole melodrama, the conflict between the characters and everybody's caught in love triangles and stuff like that. That's still pretty heavy in this film. So that's still here. But I think overall, I thought it was good. I'm not going to go into super detail. That I would be here for 30 minutes trying to explain the entire film, but in essence, those are the major. That's the major plot of the film, and so now as far as things that I didn't like, the only thing that I really didn't like was the mobile suits, and what I mean by this, and I actually felt this way a little bit once I kind of saw the Mighty Strike Freedom, and we started getting a list of all the mobile suits that were coming out, and I was like, well, most of these are, at least for the hero suits or the protagonist suits, they're all spec 2s. So you have the spec 2 Strike Freedom, you had the spec 2 Infinite Justice, you have the spec 2 Destiny, you have the spec 2 Impulse. And to me, I don't know, that just seems kind of lazy to me. I mean, I understand that all of those suits are very iconic in the mobile suit world. Gundam Seed has been one of the most financially profitable Gundams as far as merchandise and stuff like that goes. So I understand why you may not want to get rid of them. But I think for the story, I think it would have made better sense to actually get newer suits. And even some of the characters mentioned in the film that these mobile suits are old. Now, there's one thing that I could not tell. I could not tell if they were actually like the Freedom and the Destiny, because the Destiny was never nuclear powered. That was only battery powered. But the Strike Freedom and the Infinite Justice were nuclear powered. But it seems like they're either using some type of new engine in this one, because there was a scene where the Strike Freedom was fighting and its battery power was going down to where with nuclear power it's actually supposed to be infinite. That's what makes those Gundams so powerful. But even seeing the Duel and the Buster again, of course, it's great for nostalgia, but I think it would have been nice to have seen that side have some more up to date suits. The fact that the Rising Freedom and Immortal Justice pretty much got thrown away within the first like 20 minutes of the film, I didn't really, I didn't really like that all that much. And if you're going to replace them, I think you should have had them replaced with newer suits. That's really my only main critique. As far as the plot points and stuff like that, it's fine. To me, it pretty much it follows Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. So if you're a fan of those shows, you will have no problem going right into this. Versus if you have not, but yeah. So out of 10, I would probably give this movie an 8. I'm trying to think. I probably liked Unicorn just a tad bit better, but that's not saying that this one is bad. I think that this one was actually very well done. It definitely tickles the nostalgia bone for me, being a Gundam Seed fan, as I've stated in previous videos. And so, but also it kind of shows me like that Gundam really has progressed, with Iron Blooded Orphans, The Witch from Mercury, like that's more contemporary storytelling, where this is still very stuck in like 2005, 2006 type of storytelling for Gundam. And especially with the teenage like melodrama stuff that's actually happening in the movie, and I don't have a problem with that at all. But we've definitely come a long way in Gundam. But it was great to go back and see this. Now, going forward, I would like to see if they decide to continue the cosmic era. I think I would like to see some new characters. I think having the old characters, and that's well and good. And I like Kira. I've never had a problem with Kira, even though I know a lot of people in the US do. I've never really had a problem with him. I thought Shin kind of came full circle. He wasn't as angry in this movie as he had been in Destiny. If you are going to continue the cosmic era, there's still a lot of conflict here, and there's still a lot of things that you could do with it. As much as I love seeing the old characters, I do believe that this was actually a good send off for them. Not to say that there's not more story to tell, but I think that this was a good ending. And I would actually probably say that this is probably the way that Destiny should have ended, versus the ending that we got for Destiny. So overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I probably will go try to see it again, as it's only going to be in US theaters for 2 days. So on the 7th and the 8th. So if you have not had a chance to catch it, I hope that you get a chance to go out and catch it. And if you do, just write in the comments what you actually thought of the film. I'll be interested to hear guys' feedback and stuff like that. But anyway, so that's what I've got for you today. Just wanted to give you some of my thoughts on Gundam Seed Freedom. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.